Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everybody. This is me, Jonathan Alexander. I'm here to host our show, Life, Laughter, Happiness. Today, we have my co-host, Kelly. Are you there, Kelly?
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hi. And my other co-host, Barbara. Are you there, Barbara?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, everybody.
Now, our guest today is Megan Sylvester. Now, the last time you were on, I was reading some of the stuff about, because we were talking about this before the show. You're a motivational speaker and you're sort of a retreat facilitator, right? So
yes.
you sort of motivate people. In other words, how is you're saying it might to assume that you are different than other psychics in that you tell people how to get to where they are rather than telling people if they can get to where they want to be?
I work with people to help them unblock themselves and to remove stagnation from their lives. So I do a lot of energetic healing and helping people to zoom into the subconscious and the realities that they create through their minds and their thoughts, and help people kind of shift their inner narrative to one that is empowering rather than limiting. And so, I work a lot on supporting people through their journey and, when appropriate, channeling messages from guides, from angels, and doing energetic healing, working with light language as well. So really giving that full holistic support of really rising up into the fullest expression of yourself through many different modalities, including channeling and giving messages as well.
Now, before the show, I noticed somebody called in. We have a caller. Do you mind if we take that caller? Okay,
sure.
Go right ahead. Wait 1 second here. This is area code 917. 917, are you there?
Yes, I am. Okay, thanks for taking my call.
Hi. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I actually thought I didn't realize I had one. I just wanted to listen, but I read the description. I'm trying to reprogram my subconscious from the negative self-talk that I do daily. So I'm open to any tips. All
right. So when you think about negative self-concept, negative self-talk, if you close your eyes and you kind of take a deep breath, where in your body do you experience these feelings of negative self-talk? And the term self-concept keeps coming to me. So maybe any limitations you have around who you think you are and your capabilities. Can you tell me where you're feeling that in your body?
Let me try. Hold on.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm necessarily feeling it in a certain part of my body, or maybe because I'm not having the negative talk right now, it's a little hard for me to zero in.
So I'd like to just kind of give you some guidance. Whenever we're whenever we're committed to overcoming and transcending limiting self-talk, one of the greatest tools that we can give ourselves is the mind-body connection. And our thoughts will manifest themselves as physical feelings. So we can experience grief, sadness, sorrow, or even particular patterns of thinking about ourselves. So like, I'm not good enough, I don't know enough, I'm not smart enough, or a fear of abandonment, fear of rejection. These fears can manifest themselves as physical feelings. And so a really powerful tool is to start cultivating that relationship with the feeling in your body whenever you feel triggered into thinking that limiting self-talk is a negative self-talk, and just say, where in my body am I feeling this, and what triggered this to come on? And so this way you really begin to connect the patterns and connect the dots of, I'm experiencing the same feeling in my body today that I was experiencing when I was in an argument with my spouse or with my child, and really working on connecting the dots and the patterns of when this negative self-talk comes in and what that belief system is connected to. So just raising awareness on how you feel in your body when you're experiencing that negative self-talk or, limiting beliefs will really help you to, awareness is the biggest key to creating a shift in your mind and a shift in your thought patterns. So having awareness by using that psychosomatic feedback, so psycho meaning, the mind, and somatic meaning the body, psychosomatic feedback and that connection. And that's the message that's really, really coming through for you in particular, is really starting to pay attention to physical manifestations of emotions. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Okay. And yeah, by really connecting those two things, it'll begin to shine the light on the patterns and the particular fears, limiting beliefs that are living at the subconscious level. And then something that I really like to do is once I recognize that I'm experiencing this feeling in my body that's associated with a negative or lower level, a lower vibration of emotion, is I will either grab a notebook and just kind of start free writing, like, what is this, or go into a meditation, closing my eyes, sitting with like a beautiful song or a mantra, and just really listening and just allowing those feelings to surface and to move through. And so many studies have shown that if you sit with a feeling for at least 90 seconds, the healing process is much more powerful because you're allowing those emotions to go through. So rather than, stifling them down. And if you don't have a notebook or you don't feel like you're in the right space to do a meditation, you can really open up the voice memo on your phone and just start talking. Just start talking, and allowing those emotions to move through. And you'll be really, really surprised at your own inner guidance system and your own inner wisdom. So, yeah, it's just allowing those thoughts to move through, both physically and either through a pen or through your voice, too. So I think those will be really good tools for you to implement as well.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Now, let me ask you this. Do either you or Kelly or Barbara have any questions for Megan?
Yes, that is so interesting. I find all of this so interesting, Megan. This is Barbara. And I am really working on my manifestation. How important is it to be clean of these, like the bad feelings and our thoughts, to be the most positive? Is this really, really powerful to be able to manifest more quickly our dreams, more of our dream life to come? How does this stop you up, basically?
Yeah, so the really important thing to know, first of all, is that emotion is simply energy in motion, right? So if you begin to suppress negative energy, saying, oh, I can't experience that because I need to be in a high vibration at all times, then you're really putting yourself at a disadvantage, because what you want to do is you want to heal these emotions that are coming. You want to allow them to come up so that they can come out. So if we're continuously saying, oh my gosh, I need to be in my highest vibration, I need to always be positive, I need to just ignore what's making me feel bad so I can be happy and then manifest, that's not the case. That's not the route we should go. We always want to allow our emotions to move up and out, and then really aligning with joy. So when we align with true joy and love, this is where manifestation and really being in your flow occurs. But it's so important to have emotional hygiene and to allow your emotions to come up and out. Because if we don't allow them to come up and out and we continue to suppress, we'll just be bottled up full of negative emotion. It has to come out. It has to heal. And then secondly, something that, I talk about a lot with manifestation is manifestation is so much more than getting clear on your desires. I see a lot of teachers out there teaching manifestation as simply getting clear on your desires and then acting as if the end result that you want is already happening, which is a big part, but it's not all of it. Because manifestation, we need to align our expectations with our desires. So we could desire $1 million, but our expectation is that I have no idea how to manage money and I'm just going to ruin everything. Or our expectation is that there's no way I could ever win the lottery. So no way I could ever manage $1 million. So it's getting really clear on not only your desires, but what your expectations are at the ego level too, because you could have expectations that are very self-sabotaging. And so, getting clear on your desires and your expectations and then manifesting from that place. But I definitely do not encourage the stifling of negative emotions. You want to experience those so that they can come up and out and heal.
So interesting, because I think that might be a major step that a lot of people are missing then, because we're all thinking, a bad thought coming into our mind, it's going to ruin our whole, agenda of getting what we want. And so you're just basically bottling all that up, and then you can have an explosion or why. I mean, I never think. Wow, that is really good to know.
Yeah. You're very welcome.
Your expectations, is this the same as knowing your limitations, or would that be negative, or your potential? Something that your expectations are, just one type of thought that we experience in our mind. An expectation is a thought construct that's created from childhood. It's what different stories, conversations, situations have taught our ego about the world and how it exists. So somebody might have, two people may have a desire to find true love. But someone may have the desire to find true love, but they might have the expectation that true love isn't real, or that love will always fail them because of what was modeled to them through childhood, or just belief systems that were shaped throughout their life. And it doesn't have to be just childhood. It could be because of 5 years ago, or 1 month ago. And then another person number 2, can also have the desire to find true love. And because of the way that they see the world through optimism, and they see the world as a true loving place, that true love magnetizes to them because they expect that it will come to them. So in a way, and I love using this analogy, you can have 2 people order coffee at a restaurant, and one knows when you place your order, you expect it to come. The coffee's going to come, and you expect it to come, right? But if somebody grew up in a world where restaurants were like, I don't know, maybe the coffee's going to come, maybe it's not, and, it's going to come cold, it's going to come hot, you never know. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This person doesn't have a solid expectation that the coffee's going to come. So what they're going to do, they're going to order their coffee, and then they're going to get really desperate, and they're going to go to person A, waitress B, waitress C, waitress B, and they're going to keep asking and asking and asking and asking, and they're going to get all nervous, and they're going to get they just have this expectation that things aren't going to work out for them. Even though they desire a cup of coffee, their expectation is that things aren't going to work out for me. So you've got to get very clear on what your subconscious expectation is. Do you really expect that the reality that you desire is going to happen, or do your expectations contradict that? So getting clear on our expectations is a vital part of manifestation. Does that make sense? Oh, very much so. So you could expectation, use that 2 different ways. Expect the best or expect the bad.
Yeah. Expect that your dreams are going to happen, or you expect that something's going to mess up, the other shoe is going to drop, nothing good can ever last, you know? So what are your expectations?
Thank you for getting
Now,
down into detail about how to make things happen. That is awesome,
You're
Meg.
welcome. Mm-hmm.
right. Now, I want to say something. I wanted to give Kelly, are you there?
Yeah, hi.
Would you like to ask Megan some questions?
Did you get a chance to read that automatic writing, like to be able to tell me kind of like an idea of what it's trying to say, if it was light language?
So I do not interpret written light language. However, and light language can look really different because it's coming from so many different sources. So there's angelic light language, galactic light language, even fairy light language. And so it can look very different, especially when the messenger is different. But what's important about light language is that when you experience it, whether it be written or verbal or sung, that it invokes a really loving presence because it is of light. It is of the highest vibration. And it is, you know, codes to help us live at the level of our highest self. And so what I saw that you sent me, it certainly does look like a form of written code, a form of written language. But what's important to know is, how do you feel when you're writing it?
Oh.
You know, how do you feel when you're writing it? Does it feel guided? Does it feel loving? And of course also, you know, maybe the first couple of times that you experience it, you're not really familiar with what's going on, so maybe you feel a little nervous, or maybe you feel like, what the heck is this? So it's giving yourself the opportunity and the space to explore that more, and to really open yourself up to it and say, how does this feel to me? You know, and then maybe asking somebody, how does this feel to you when you feel this, when you read this, you know, and not necessarily read and be at intellectual level, but when you look at this, you know, what do these symbols make you feel? So I would absolutely encourage you to continue moving forward with that and really opening yourself up to it. And I'm assuming you said automatic writing, so I'm assuming that occurred after you did a meditation.
Yeah, actually it was, we had Suki on, and I started like doing a bunch of things on her, and then I looked down and I'm like, what did I just do?
Yeah. Yeah, so open yourself up and you know, try doing after a meditation, or just when you're struck by the inspiration to do it. And just start noticing how you feel, and also sitting with that. You know, after you've created it and written it out, sitting with it, you know, putting your hands on it, closing your eyes, and just kind of absorbing the energy from it, and really paying attention to how you feel and any thoughts that are coming to mind, and continue going with that.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I was told it looked like galactic, but there's also there's been some friends in my life that we had probably a verbal kind of galactic or whatnot, you know, light language, because, you know, it was something that would be totally intelligible to other people, but we were having a conversation.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that you can comprehend each other. Yeah, and so when I am channeling light language and you know, doing it for a room full of people or even for private clients, it's just this overwhelming sense of support and love and guidance, and knowing that the sounds that I am creating are sounds that the receiver's highest self knows what to do with. They know how to filter these codes and open up their cells for energetic reprogramming and healing. And I've seen it written before. You know, I've heard it from other people before. I sometimes speak it. I sometimes sing it. It's kind of whatever comes to me. And I also know that when I'm experiencing it, I can tell when it's different entities that are speaking through me, because it will take on a very different essence and a very different tone, and my voice changes, and then sometimes I sing, and I'm not a singer by any means. I've never sung in public until I started doing this and was just being called to, like, sing, which is just feels bonkers to me because like years ago, if you told me I'd be singing to rooms full of people, I would have called you crazy. So yeah, I mean, it's a really beautiful ride if you open up to it and you just begin to go with the flow. My life has changed tremendously since I was given this gift and opened up to it. Maybe I was given this gift a long time ago and shut it off completely. But I was finally at a point in my life where I received it again and was ready and willing to move it forward. So the fact that you've been given this, I would certainly encourage you to explore it more, to do some research about it, and then to also just, whenever you feel it coming on, to believe that and to, take out a pen and paper and start writing and flowing with it, and eventually perhaps beginning to interpret it,
Oh, wow.
So.
That's really encouraging.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause, I think it's something that I could do earlier, but it's one of those things where logically it doesn't make sense, so you just kind of like push it away. But I think I could probably do that since I was a kid, but it was just like, this is nonsense, push it out, push it out.
Well, the big kind of defining moment, because I had been doing it by myself, and then one night I went to a transformational breathwork class, a group workshop, and at the very end, the facilitator said, "Does anybody have anything they want to share?" And I just felt my hand raising up in the air, and I was like, no, like, put the hand down, but my hand wouldn't go down, and so I began channeling for this group of people. It was the first time that I've ever done it for a group of people, and I was like super embarrassed, but I couldn't hold it in. And at the end, everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, what just happened?" Like, people were experiencing flashes of light inside of their body, feeling their cells moving, and someone there said, "I have heard this language before." And so I spoke with him after, and he actually connected me with a woman who he had heard speaking this language before. And so me and this woman got on a phone call, and she started speaking for me, and I just burst into tears because it felt like home, and it also sounded so similar that it was like, oh my God, this is real, and then I just kind of started doing it very timidly for, clients, and then I started doing it for healing circles and then retreats, and then, it just started growing and growing because I allowed myself to flow with it.
That's great.
We have one of our friends from the show's calling in. She's a regular. Christopher is on the line, and I was wondering if I could put him on.
Yeah, please.
Oh my gosh,
this is Christopher.
One of them that I met with.
Christopher.
Hello, this is Christopher. How's everybody doing?
Good. Hi. How are you?
Pretty good. I've had a pretty interesting month since the second when my mother passed away.
Okay.
And she's been visiting some of my friends. And some family of mine, too. And they had a dream similar to like I did last night. I had a dream of pots and pans being thrown. And I actually had that happen on the 9th. And what I learned was weird is that it's about me eating. She's worried about that. Is there anything else she's worried about?
Well, I'm getting the distinct feeling that these dreams are a form of you and her reconciling, and it's like a form of energetic therapy. And so just kind of also like trying to wake you up to something. So, you know, when people like bang pots and pans trying to make loud noises, like she's trying, not alerting you, but like just asking you to wake up to something that you've been maybe ignoring, or like a different way of looking at things. But I can like see her like banging pots and pans, and also like banging a pot with like a spoon, saying like, okay, come on, you know, trying to wake you up so that you can see things in a different light. Being more alert and being more aware. Not something that you need to watch out for, but waking up to a different way to
reality
see things. Yeah. She's also showing me like a screen door, and like pushing that open too. So like maybe what you're seeing, like you're seeing through a veil or seeing through a screen right now, and she's asking like, just open the door, and go through it. So trying to just alert you to like seeing things a different way, seeing more positively, and going like, if an opportunity is there, go through the door.
You know, it's weird. She kept in touch with me during the normal cooling off period. I never broke off contact with her. She didn't involve anybody else in the house until she threw that pan out of the cabinet on the 9th. Nobody knew me. Her and I were in communication.
Yeah.
The rest of the family are really, really what I call asleep and stuff like this. That's probably the reason why she only talked to me for a good week.
Right, yeah, because you're open to it and will receive it. But yeah, continue asking yourself, is there an opportunity for me to see things differently? Is there an opportunity for me to walk through a door, you know, and is there something trying to get my attention that I haven't noticed, you know? And so yes, I'm just getting the clear, distinct feeling that she's there trying to wake you up, to alert you to something new and different, the way that you're looking at things.
You know what else is coincidental? I never had access to my biological father's family records until this weekend. And I only knew about her side, my mom's side of the family. Now I know about the other. And what was interesting, the dreams I had, I spoke to Kelly about this, like different coats of arms and stuff like that. Match exactly what's in the record.
Oh, wow. That's very, very cool. Yeah, so you're connecting to that energy, and possibly being called to like to heal any of ancestral energy in that lineage too. The fact that you're seeing the coat of arms and you know, really healing the wounds, healing any energy that maybe doesn't feel like yours, but it's with you, you know, and saying, this ends with me, I'm healing this. But I think you're also being called to do that and to raise the awareness and to ask yourself, is there any energy that I'm experiencing that doesn't necessarily feel like mine, but it's been with me for a while, you know?
I feel drawn to go over there where we're at. We're British.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
I'm a direct male line to Prince Harry's family.
Okay.
Yes, and
So
I bet I would have no clue how to do because they're royals.
yeah, it might be a little tricky.
We're first cousins, so it's like weird.
Yeah, but perhaps just being in the energy there, or simply trying to connect to that energy astrally, in the astral plane, and putting the intention and the desire that you'd like to visit there, but knowing that the work can begin before you go.
Yes, and one last question.
Mm-hmm.
Since my mother's worried about my health, what kind of place would be good for me to live at climate-wise?
As soon as I started hearing your voice, I was seeing a bayou, like mossy trees, a bayou, rocking chairs, like that's what I'm seeing. So I don't know if that resonates with you, but
that's my mom's side.
Okay.
On my mom's side, I'm French, and ironically, the English side I belong to, if you know about royals, they all come from France originally. So I'm basically a two-side Frenchman.
I have French ancestry as well.
It's really neat, the spiritual connections that go with it.
Mhm. Yeah, but I'm just seeing water. I'm seeing a lot of green. I'm seeing, but like bayou water, not like ocean water, and mossy trees. So.
That's like New Orleans.
Yeah, like I'm feeling that.
Wow.
So, yeah, if any area like that in particular really calls to you, but saying like, if you go to New Orleans, you really need to watch what you eat.
I was halfway right. I need a warm climate all year round.
Mhm.
And the climate I am causes some months a lot of pain.
Yeah, so a warm climate definitely in the south, more humidity, keeping things, what's the word I'm looking for? Like joint stuff, and just staying hydrated, but definitely showing me water. So,
the deep south or the south of France or California, even one of the three hot, humid climates.
There you go. They all sound like wonderful options.
This is amazing. And I'm beginning to think I may be psychic myself since.
I mean, we all are. We all have that gift. Some of us just choose to believe that we are, and some of us don't, and some of us choose to hone it, and some of us don't. But we all have it. We all have that capability.
I admit it wholeheartedly. Kelly and I talk a lot, and one session destroyed her phone.
Yeah, it fried motherboard.
Are you, Christopher? Are you on the Life Laughter Happiness chat line? Any?
Am I what?
Are you on the Life Laughter Happiness chat line? Any?
No, I'm just calling from my landline.
Oh no. What I'm saying is we have a Facebook chat line for the show. I was telling Megan about it, that because I'm trying to get people to go into the chat line more. It helps.
Yeah, I would like that.
I'll send you that. I'll send you the link.
Because I enjoy chatting with you and Kelly and stuff. Even my other radio shows I go to, I sometimes enjoy talking to the host as the show's going on.
Okay. I'll send you the link after the show is over. It's
okay.
I mean, the
yeah, that's cool.
Now, you can chat real time as we speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kelly, did you have? I didn't know if I cut you off when you were asking a question. Are you done asking your questions or?
Oh,
I'm good.
I'm okay. Yes, I'm good.
Okay. Barbara, did you have anything else or? Barbara, you there?
Well, if everybody's good, I'd like go ahead and go. I don't want to keep everybody else hold up.
Thank you,
No,
Christopher.
you
It's
go.
nice
You
to
have
talk
a
with you.
question.
Have a good night and
All right.
God bless.
You
Bye.
too.
Now-
Bye.
Bye.
How do you, if you want people, let me ask you this, how do you help people find their spirit guides and their angels?
I really work with people to tune in to their intuition, and when we're tuned into that space, when we're tuned into the heart space, and we become aware of our self-concept as someone who does have capabilities, who does have abilities, helping people to open up and to discern between ego, between soul talk, and between messages that they're channeling. So for me and my work, it's a really unique process working with each individual, and just helping them to tune in first and foremost to their own inner wisdom and their own inner guidance, and then from that space, being able to discern between what is theirs, what is fear, and then also what is guidance from angels, from spirit guides. So it's hard for me to give a blanketed answer because it's very unique to each person, but definitely through meditation, through automatic writing. I also am a Kundalini teacher and practitioner, so giving people mantra to use to really tap in and to get into the vibration of receiving. Then I'll use different tools like crystal bowls and things like that, helping people to just become open, and then, guiding them on, here's how to receive messages and carry them out. So whether that be, what's your medium? Is it writing? Is it speaking? Is it, connecting with plants and animals and nature? So helping people to feel what is really speaking to them and what feels unique and aligned with their own essence.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then also, I do a lot of work with cards too. So helping people to start reading their own cards and to working with their angels and guides that way as well can be a really powerful tool. So oracle cards, angel cards, energy cards, things like that.
Oh.
Meg, can you list the cards again? What kind of cards are they?
So I use oracle cards, angel cards, and then energy cards. I don't work with tarot, but many people do. But I like working. One of my favorite decks is Work Your Light Oracle cards by Rebecca Campbell. I love that deck.
Okay.
Oh gosh, I don't have my cards in front of me, and I don't want to say the wrong person. So I'll send over you guys a list of the decks that I personally like, so you can maybe put them on resources or something like that.
Oh, I'd love to. Thank you. We'll put it on our group page. That'd be awesome.
Perfect.
I want to use those too. Thank you.
Yeah,
so why
they're really
would you
wonderful
not
tools.
What is with the tarot cards? Why do you personally choose not to use those?
Oh, no, like strong, reason. I think they're a really wonderful, beautiful tool. I'm just not trained in them, and I haven't taken the time to become familiar and intimate with those cards. So that's the only reason why. I haven't felt called or pulled to work with them. But I certainly think those who do work with them and work with them responsibly and through the energy of love, they're wonderful and a beautiful tool. It's just not mine.
Okay. Well, thank you for clarifying that. And now we have some more tools to try out. Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, don't you feel like there is endless you can learn with the spiritual?
And so I always just say, it's whatever resonates with you and whatever feels really good and exciting for you, explore it. But if it doesn't call to you, then don't force it.
Okay. Great
Now,
advice.
do you pick up on things when you talk to people over the phone? Like when you pick up on something, how does it manifest itself with you?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
How does it manifest itself with you? Like, how does it make you feel if you're picking up on something?
Oh, I just start flowing, just start talking like really quickly, and I can feel like my energy kind of like drops in a little more, and I just start really speaking. Usually my eyes are closed. I'm like waving my hands around, and I'll see like I don't necessarily see a mental image. I just know it's there. And so I'll kind of start talking about that, or sometimes I'll start feeling pain in my body, and I know it's not mine, and so I'll ask the person about that and then begin connecting it with particular emotions. But yeah, for me, it's just like a free flow of energy where my mind just kind of becomes untapped, and it's just allowing these thoughts to just pour through, and me not intellectually trying to like get in the way and rationalize what I'm about to say. So it's very much a process of just getting out of the way and like opening up that faucet, if that makes sense.
Mhm. Oh, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's what I say we all have the capacity and the capability. Just some of us choose to turn it on. Some of us choose to believe that's true about ourselves, and some of us don't.
Have you done any work with somebody who has depression?
Yeah, I mean, I've worked I do not work with people to heal really serious conditions, be it physical, mental, or emotional. So I'm not going to say this is a cure-all, for everything, but I do work with people to help them see what underlying energies are present and which energies are asking to be healed, and then recognizing the stories that are associated with that to begin to uproot. But I always want to make sure that I am staying in my scope of practice, and I'm not taking on the role that a psychologist or a psychiatrist would take on. And so if I ever feel that, I'm working with a client who might need some extra support that I do not feel is in my scope of practice, then I'm going to be responsible, and I'm going to refer them to a licensed professional that has the proper training to support a diagnosis like depression, but I'm always there as a secondary support, but I always want to make sure that I'm certainly staying in a responsible, scope of practice.
Oh, that makes good sense.
Yeah.
I have a lot of testing yet to do with my health. I've gotten back to work. It was very painful physically.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you can advise me on that I should get checked out that maybe they're overlooking?
Yeah, and just so you know, there's quite a bit of background noise. I'm having a little bit of trouble hearing.
Okay.
So yeah, so just so you're aware of that. And Kelly, would you mind? I'm sorry to ask you, but would you mind repeating what you said?
I've been having a lot of issues since an accident, and I've returned to work, but it's very painful. And they're kind of batting around different tests and different things. But, we have to wait and see if it's approved and, blah, blah, blah. But is there anything that you're picking up on that maybe somebody should look into? Or that I should do?
I'm seeing energy honing in at, like, the center of your tailbone, like at the coccyx almost. But something is out of alignment possibly in that area. But, like, I'm being shown an image of your body, and like everything is being diverted, like all the energy is being like whoop, like zeroing in on that space. So like the bottom of the spine, and how maybe it's affecting nerves or causing your body to be out of alignment. It could also be that area showing an imbalance in root chakra energy as well. So feeling safe, feeling secure, feeling like your needs are being met, and possibly metaphysically healing from that space. So doing a combination of like, you know, Eastern and Western and metaphysical work. But yeah, I mean, I'm definitely being shown that particular area. So it's asking yourself, is this on an energetic level or a physical level where, you know, is it like a imbalance with the chakras that I need to work with, or is this actually physical? But that area is what I'm being shown to possibly look further into.
Oh, wow, that's amazing, because
Mm-hmm.
when I went to the other physical therapist earlier on, they said that it was slightly tilted or something, that same exact area. But I've been having like sciatica issues and hip issues, lower back issues.
Yeah.
So
there's something going on. There's something going on in that area, and to just kind of bring some loving attention to that. Also, you know, of course, asking a practitioner, but different yoga poses that might help. I know child's pose is really great for sciatica, and just looking up different asanas, different poses that you could put into your daily routine that will help alleviate some of that pressure. But sorry, I was trying to zero in on something. But yeah, going to that space, working energetically, reading and doing some research about root chakra healing, because, you know, everything that exists in the physical exists energetically first. So asking yourself, you know, what is the energy, what is the story that's wanting to be healed that is in that space, and that is the space of the root chakra. You know, safety, knowing that your needs are being met financially, you have a roof over your head, also ties to your roots, your origins, where you came from, you know, having that stability in those loving relationships. So doing some research on root chakra healing, and seeing if any of that resonates with you. And then, of course, you know, taking more care of it in the physical realm, working through yoga poses, maybe finding an acupuncturist, you know, doing some holistic therapy for that area of your body, as well as, you know, whatever you're doing now, of course, physical therapy, things like that. That's also very important. But yeah, that's the area that I'm being shown that's asking for love.
wow, okay. Do you happen to find anything about the migraines? Those are like my two big things now.
Hang on. Yeah, so the migraine, I'm feeling a space like underneath my jaw, but then also like there's so much pressure building up at the crown of the head. So trying to like alleviate that through what you believe about yourself, what you believe your truth is, and letting that out. So it's just like feeling a lot of pressure on like keeping you bottled up inside of you. That's creating all this mounting tension and pressure. But it's interesting that it's at the space of my jaw, because what that's showing me is perhaps a challenge in expressing your truth, speaking up, speaking about who you are and your gifts, but also what you want and being firm about that. And it's like this pressure is rising because the throat chakra or your self-expression is like being closed, and then you've got this closure at the crown chakra, and it's causing all this like pressure buildup. So, from an energetic standpoint, working on really expressing your truth, speaking what's on your mind in a loving way, of course, but standing up for yourself, and then expressing yourself authentically. Self-expression is important, and nurturing those aspects. But yeah, from the energetic standpoint, just that tension underneath the jaw and the tension at the top of my head. I'm also being told to tell you maybe consider covering your head when you are around a lot of people, either through a hat or either like tying a bandana around your head. You can like make it look cute. But if you're feeling these migraines coming on, perhaps covering your head might help as well if you feel like you're picking up other people's energies and other people's headaches too, even if it's family.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You are good.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then with the family things, it's if you're experiencing a migraine, it's always important to ask yourself, is this mine? Is this really mine, or did I pick up on somebody else's stuff? And sitting with that, going into a room by yourself and just going down that path of self-inquiry. Is this headache truly mine? Is this headache truly mine? Or did I pick it up from somebody else? And really sitting with that and seeing what wisdom is offered up from within. And if it's not yours, just asking it to go away, taking a shower and seeing yourself wiping the energy off of whoever's that is. And if it is yours, just energetically clearing, saying, okay, I see you, I feel you. What is this all about? What are you trying to tell me? And sitting with that, and paying attention. Because a migraine is a manifestation of energy, of pressure, of things that you're not letting go, of tension. So, ask yourself, what does this represent on an energetic and on a mental, emotional level? And working with that.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's huge. All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
I think
But
I will be doing some reading.
If you really try, you can actually heal yourself with that. I have a friend of mine, and her daughter has had migraines her whole life growing up. It's very debilitating with her sports and everything, and it hurts really badly.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kelly, this is such good news. You could basically just heal yourself with these steps. So, she's such a healer herself.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I just have to aim the energy the right way.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to heal everybody else.
Yeah.
What can we heal that are our physical problems? Anything?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
Can we heal any physical problem that we have? Anything with our mind?
Not like broken bones.
Okay.
That you might need to
Cancer.
seek acute care for. But yeah, things caused by. I'm not a doctor. I don't want to put any medical advice out there. But I am a firm believer that everything that exists physically exists energetically first, and that suppressed energy and stagnant energy is the cause of dis-ease. So when we can begin to uproot that, we heal. But again, I want to be careful, and I don't want to make any medical claims, but I do believe in the power of energy, and then the debilitating and traumatic power of housing negative energy and negative thoughts. And I also believe that, when we eat real food and we connect to the wisdom of Mother Earth, we can certainly accelerate our healing path.
Yes. So the more healing we do on every level, then make our medicine work better or our treatments, cancer treatments work better. Yes, so it's so important.
Yeah, what you believe is what you experience. Your thoughts create your reality. That is the philosophy
How much are your
that
thoughts
I operate
rather than
under.
saying it out verbally? Is that equivalent to your thoughts, or what's more powerful, your thoughts or saying it verbally?
Either. But when you say something verbally, it's asking, is this true, what I'm saying, or am I saying what I think I'm supposed to be saying? But same with thoughts, But I do believe that there is magic in expressing yourself either through writing or speaking or chanting or singing, that physical manifestation of your thoughts, putting that out into the world. But, and it's also being careful with saying, oh my gosh, if I think a bad thought, then I'm screwed. Our minds are gonna think so many thoughts. They're gonna think all these thoughts. It's which ones we choose to associate with. I like to think of it as a river flowing with different leaves and rocks and animals, and we're not going to try and stop the flow. The flow is going to happen no matter what, and we are the consciousness that can choose to pick up a leaf in the flowing river, a leaf being our thoughts, and we can look at it and we can choose to hold on to it, or we can place it back in the river and allow it to flow along. So it's which thoughts we choose to associate with that create a reality.
Okay.
There can be many thoughts that cross. Right, yeah, because we don't want to say, oh my God, I thought a bad thought and now the world is over. Just see the thoughts streaming through, and it's which ones you say, I want to pick that one up. That's what's important,
For example, what do the actors do? Say there's an actor and he's doing a show. They're doing a show and they're playing an evil character, so much evil dialogue. Your mind has to be able to filter that and say, well, I'm just acting myself, telling yourself you have to. So, we have control. So it's not just whatever we put out there, that's going to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah, and I've read this sentence in a book called The Nature of Personal Reality by Jane Roberts, and I'm probably going to muck it up, but it said, emotion and intention give our ideas mobility. So it is the emotion and the intention that we attach to particular ideas and thoughts that direct it. So what emotion and what is...
Liz, it's going to hurt you. That's been a question on the show, writing a pros and cons. No, it's not going to hurt you, that.
No. I mean, it's fine to weigh things out and to have an objective view of everything and to really get guidance from your soul. So if your soul is trying to tell you, no, this isn't the direction, or yes, it's okay to get a holistic view of something. But if you then choose to move in that direction and you only focus on the cons, that's a different story,
Yes, because it's called thinking. We need to think things out to figure them out.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Nothing wrong with thinking things through. You have to think of both sides. Yeah. Wow, I like how in-depth this is, and the study that you're doing and your practice. It really interests me. It's very
Thank you.
great, and I'm glad that we can find this later so we can go through and remember what you've referred us to as far as books. I love that, because you're going to read the best book for it, so we're listening. Wow, you are just full of lots of interesting information. I love it.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. Right, Kelly?
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a good one to listen to, like you said, and I've been taking notes, but, sometimes the pen can only go so fast.
Right. I can start talking real fast.
Well, I seem to be pretty much keeping up with you, so you do that, I'm going to get messed up. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, this has been amazing. I mean, every show we do seems amazing, and it's really cool because no two shows are alike. We can have the same guest on, and it's going to be two different shows. So
yeah,
and
well,
I like.
And you never
I
can
appreciate
learn
you guys.
find that out tonight.
Right, yeah, and it's really, it's a really powerful thing to be able to listen to someone speak and say something one day, and then 2 weeks later, 2 years later, listen to the same conversation or read the same book, say, oh my God, that was a completely different experience. I learned something different because my mindset was in a different place. And so even if we hear the same information or the same principles being taught, it's when and where we are in our life and who's speaking them and how they're speaking them. And so it's just, it's really incredible when you open yourself up to receiving information for the highest good.
It really is. So, Meg, can you tell us where we can find you on social media?
Yeah, I hang out a lot over on Instagram. So on Instagram, it's Megan Sylvester, and that's Megan with an H. My website is megsylvester.com, and I'm also over on Facebook. I'm also on Pinterest, so if there's anybody out there who plays around on Pinterest, I do a lot over there too. So, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to find you right here. Okay, I see you, Soul Coach Instagram. I'm going to follow right now. Awesome. I'm Barbara Morton, and Kelly is on Instagram, and so is Johnny. And Life, Laughter, Happiness is on. We have a group page on Facebook, and we're on Twitter. And what else, Johnny? What are we on? Are we on Instagram? We all are on Instagram individually, but Life, Laughter, Happiness. Johnny?
Yeah, we need to get on there. I don't know where he went.
Okay.
He did it again.
Oh my God, I had the mute button on again. Okay. Kelly runs the Instagram, and basically it's it's what it is. It's
Life, Laughter, Happiness.
I'd love to have this. So I'm sorry I had the
Connecting.
mute button on. I do that sometimes because I think when I was earlier, Megan said there was some disturbance. I thought maybe it might have been me. The group page is on the description of all the shows. I'm going to put it on there for now because I want the chat room to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Because people will start to ask about you, and they'll start to say, people like, for example, the Megan Sylvester, let's have her back. That's why I was gonna tell you about the chat room, because if you could be in it, because that way, people will see you in it, and then they'll ask about you. You understand?
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for having me on. It was a pleasure speaking with you all and the guests that called in. So, it's a beautiful conversation.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
Great. We appreciate you so much.
All righty. Have a wonderful evening.